Oh, yeah. Welcome on in, everybody, to Alarm Fantasy Football. This is the show where Bender and I kind of do whatever we feel like doing, bringing you guys whatever's hot right now. So, right now, this week, we're doing a show every day. We want to get kind of the squeeze the last bit of best ball season out, right? Because redraft season's coming. It's here. You should be scheduling your drafts for the end of August, if possible, maybe very beginning of September. If you're John and Pemba, he wants you to draft 1 hour before the season starts, right? Like so if you schedule a draft for August, he's like, no. But for us, redraft season is coming. We want to get our best ball drafts in. Today, we're jumping over with our good buddies over at Drafters, the most customizable site for best ball by far. It is insane. You can do any sort of format you want. You can change the scoring. You can change the lineups. You can actually schedule the draft to start at a specific time, which is incredibly helpful for us. So we're doing a bunch of drafts over there. Today, we're going to do a big one, right? Why not go big here? The main event, $20 entry, $2.5 million in prizes, $500,000 to the top team here. It's not even half full, oddly, right now. So
get your overlay.
Get in there. Yeah. I mean, like if this doesn't fill, the prizes are guaranteed. So like right now, I mean, like you got pretty good odds at getting a bit of a prize here. So we're gonna jump in. Before we jump in, Howard, any big news from yesterday? I guess I should mention Howard Bender, the legendary host alongside me today, right? I guess I mentioned drafters. I will mention Howard Bender here. No big news really overnight, or was anything popping for you?
I mean, there's definitely been some news as of late. I mean, the fantasy football community has definitely been buzzing. Before I get to that, obviously, you see right here on the screen the QR code. I got one right up here in the corner. I also have one right down there in front of Coop. If you don't like to hit those QR codes, you just can go to fantasyalarm.com/draftersbb. Promo code ALARM gets you an instant deposit match up to $100 on your first time deposit. And like Coop said, plenty of overlay going on in their contest right now. So now's the time to get signed up. fantasyalarm.com/draftersbb. And that promo code ALARM will get you an instant deposit match up to $100. I mean, obviously, we kind of talked about this yesterday with Jacory Krosky Merritt. We talked about the fact that, they're talking about trading Brian Robinson. I just did. For those of you out there, family members, if you've got the draft guide right now, then do yourself a favor, re-download the cheat sheet, because I just updated a bunch of my rankings. I updated the draft grid in the cheat sheet, and there is a brand new Superflex draft grid in there as well. So when you're scrolling through that cheat sheet, the first grid is for all your regular drafts. The Superflex grid is very carefully labeled there, so you won't miss up over there at all. Do yourself a favor, go to fantasyalarm.com/win. We've got a whole pick your promo selection here. So you can get the draft guide, which comes with the cheat sheet. You can get the cheat sheet just on its own. You can get the annual subscription or the monthly subscription. So do yourself a favor, sign up over there and get all the latest updates. I know Coop's going to be doing a massive update to his rankings.
Wait until tomorrow, not to buy it, but to download, because my update's going through today. And then
if you've got a Superflex draft tonight, you want to download it now. That's why I was banging that out. Yeah, I had so many people hitting me up, Coop, being like, come on, let's go. I need a Superflex cheat sheet. What am I supposed to do? And usually I just say you bump up the quarterbacks in accordance to what your draft room is doing. But some people like the full blueprint. So again, pick your promo special over at fantasyalarm.com/win and get in there. Well, it looks like we are we're here. We're ready. We're on the clock.
We're here, ready. Speaking of pick your promo, how about picking first overall?
Boom.
Ja'Marr Chase. Do we do it?
It's either him or Bijan Robinson. So it's a matter of where you want to go. I am a Ja'Marr Chase guy because I like the running backs coming back rounds 2, 3, and 4.
Me too. So that's what we're doing. We're going Ja'Marr Chase here. And so yesterday on our show, we did a single entry draft. In that, you can get a little more creative. You can kind of get your guys. You can reach a little bit. You can do kind of wild stuff because everybody only gets one team. This is a big tournament, 140,000 people. In this one, we're going to be playing it like most likely a little bit closer to the vest, right? We will consider players that we don't normally take if they fall drastically from ADP, right?
Yeah.
We're trying to get unique builds, and we don't want to get unique builds by overpaying. We want to get unique builds by getting discounts. So we'll consider that. We'll consider potentially stacking as well, stacking up teammates. One thing we won't do is on drafters, you don't need to worry about late season correlations, right? Not that I honestly really lean too much into that anyway, but on other platforms that have playoffs, you have to playoffs.
Playoffs.
Talking about
Playoffs.
no playoffs over here. It's all year long. Every week counts equally. So you don't have to be like, oh, who they playing in week 17? I got to get all sorts of stacks and correlations. Week 17 doesn't matter more than week 3, doesn't matter more than week 8. It's all the same. So that's how we're playing it today. First round here, Chase, Bijan, Gibbs, Lamb, Barkley, Jefferson, EMC, Collins, ARSB, Neighbors, Genty, and coming up next, my guess would be Brian Thomas Jr. or Puka Nacua. Pretty chalky here. I got to ask.
Little AJ Brown.
AJ Brown. Okay, there you go. So not, you know what? I spoke too soon. Not a chalk pick there. I usually don't see AJ Brown go in the first round. So look at that. AJ Brown, Kyron Williams. This guy potentially maybe trying to get a little bit unique with his build.
Which is good. I mean, again, if you're playing in these tournaments, you got to start mixing some things up a little bit, right? You can't just be doing the same thing over and over again, especially if you're a multi-entry player. You know, you and I both have entries, several entries in this one. And there's no way I'm drafting the same way every time, regardless of where I am in my draft spot. I'm always looking to kind of change it up, get some different exposure for sure.
I just discovered something that I'd never seen before that is really cool. Look at this.
Oh,
if you hover over the guy's name, it shows what he has already. Have you noticed that?
I did as you're like scrolling across it right there. You got that, little cursor over on Squints.
That's kind of cool, dude. Yeah, Squint from
from The Sandlot.
Yeah, I noticed somebody else in here is named oh no, I thought maybe it was in like a little chat there. Somebody was named Updog. What's up, dog?
What's up, dog? I don't know. What's up with you?
So that's kind of cool. I like that. We'll keep an eye on that because it could help us out later on.
Sure.
But yeah, getting a bit unique. I mean, I usually I like going with the chalk with the early picks. I like going with the value. I don't like reaching too much just because I feel like I'm bleeding value, and potentially the problem I run into is that there's somebody out there that could have got AJ Brown in the second round and Kyron Williams in the third round. And now you're basically just creating a worse version of their team. That's why I worry a little bit with certain combinations like that. We're on the clock here. Garrett Wilson, T. Higgins, or Josh Jacobs. I like Jacobs. I know you like Wilson, so I'm thinking either Wilson or Jacobs here, Bender.
I mean, either or. I kind of, a lot of people are going some running
both,
backs
actually.
here. We might as well take some value and get a wide receiver.
Okay, let's take them both, actually, because we're on the swing. So we'll just go Wilson,
Garrett
Jacobs.
Wilson, Josh Jacobs. Bing, bang, boom.
Right, and we're getting Jacobs right at ADP, so it's not like we're reaching here. The guy that we're kind of T. Higgins and Trey McBride also go 24-25, so not a big deal. But I'm not really liking Trey McBride at that spot. I got to ask you, with Stafford returning to practice, Puka Nacua just went in the second round here. Should we be putting him back up where he was going, like right around Collins and Neighbors and Amon-Ra St. Brown?
I mean, I think eventually he'll get back into that range there. I mean, I'm perfectly happy. Listen, when I start seeing guys dropping into the second round or the third round when they don't normally do it, I just, to me, it's happy accident. Let's take the value and let's do it. Do I eventually think that mainstream drafters over the next 2-3 weeks are going to kind of right that ship? Yeah, probably. So,
right.
Had to fallen to us over there at the tail end,
I mean,
on him immediately.
Dude, like that's the thing. When someone takes AJ Brown and Kyron Williams, you have to also consider they call it pod luck of just the people you're drafting with. Like this guy just got Amon-Ra St. Brown and Puka Nacua as his first two picks. Like, That's the team that there's probably not a lot of teams out there with that. So good for him. Let's take a quick second while the draft is down at the other end here to say what up to the chat. Rex Timotheus in the house. It's been a little while, dude. What's happening, man? Says he got the cheat sheet up and running for their draft tonight. That is excellent news. And Dunn in the house. What's popping? Ani Koopy, who's actually going to be stopping by to see Laney later today. Justin Hollis, what's up, man? The chat is bumping here. Look at that. What's up, guys? Drew, our guy Drew, one of the most handsome hosts in the industry. What's up, buddy? Mile High Luke. Well, Hump Day shout out, representing the Fantasy Alarm and the Fans Classic. Fatty McFats. I mean, boy, the gang's all here. This is excellent. If you want to draft with us, we're going to be back on Drafters again on Friday at 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern time. That is going to be a family draft. I'm going to post it in the Discord either today or tomorrow. Going to get 10 lucky names in with us. I mean, we could, the thing about Drafters is if we wanted to do a 14-team league or anything, we could. Should we do 14?
14 would be a lot of fun. I think it would be, it kind of thins out that player pool a little bit. I think it kind of makes those late round picks that much more exciting. So yeah, I'll do a 14 teamer. Why the heck 14. Not?
As long as we got the names, we'll do 14 teams, 18 rounds, and we'll see how we can do it. The family draft's pretty quick, so we should be able to get through that one. Yeah, I agree, Fatty. Drafters is the bomb. I love the customization of it. A lot of great tools on here. One of the other things you can customize is the payouts. Like if you want to do it like where everybody gets a little bit, you want to do it where one guy wins everything. I like doing it where third place gets their money back, second place doubles their money, and first place gets the rest. I think that's the perfect setup for payouts. If
nice and fair.
Start a league, yeah. So we're coming up on the clock here. Best available. We're looking at James Cook, George Pickens, Cortland Sutton, Calvin Ridley, Devonta Smith. I would be happy with any two of these wide receivers here. But
that's we do have the question of whether or not we want to pair up Joe Burrow with Jamar Chase.
If we're going to do that, I say we try and do it next round. Let's try and get generational value on that.
You want to try that in the 6th?
Yeah. See if he comes around.
All right. I like Sutton, sure.
And Pickens too?
Go for it.
Yeah. Let's take the value because, again, ADP is pick 44 for Pickens. We're getting him pick 49. Solid. I might have considered Kamara there, but again, I know you're not a big Kamara guy, and we're splitting this team, so I'm being a good teammate. Yeah. Being a good teammate.
Listen, man. You know what? I don't have a lot of shares of Kamara, so if you feel that need to get him in there, I don't see a problem with that. I mean, listen, again, just increasing my exposure to different players. And here's the thing with Kamara, and we could just kind of, hash this out. I worry about the number of targets he's going to see. Can Alvin Kamara at, what is he, 30 right now? At age 30, can he be a power runner? If he's healthy, I don't see why you wouldn't give him a shot there as a power runner. It's not like you've got, a world of other running backs in there. I mean, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Devin Neal, these are like your power backs that you've got right now. So I don't necessarily know if that's really working for the Saints. So maybe Kamara does do a lot more power running than he has in the past. And, we kind of see what happens there. I just worry that the targets aren't going to be there, which we're normally used to seeing from him.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, because Kellen Moore historically doesn't throw it the way that like Sean Payton did and then Clint Kubiak last year to the running back. I just think that when you listen to what Kellen Moore is saying, like he has a lot of respect for Alvin Kamara and they're going to get him the ball one way or another. The other thing is that when push comes to shove, he's the best back on the team in all phases. So it's not like they're going to bring in another running back for rundowns. It's not like they're going to bring in anyone for pass downs. And he's going to be the guy for every situation, which could just lead him to brute force volume in both the running and the passing game in general. The big concern for me is the quarterback situation. I mean, this team, just the way things are going so far, I know they want to have this competition between the guys they have. I think they should strongly consider Kirk Cousins or Jameis Winston or whatever might be available, because it's like, they've built this team to compete now. Are you really just going to rotate 3 potential non-factors all year, it is a little strange the way they went about things. I truly don't think they were expecting Derek Carr to retire. The way they did this offseason, I think they were expecting Derek Carr to play. So tough situation for them there.
It's a really tough situation. What do you think of the rumor that, or not even the rumor, RG3 actually said this, that the Indianapolis Colts are clearly tanking for Arch Manning because they're starting Daniel Jones over Anthony Richardson.
See, that is just him caping up for his guy. People do that all the time. People do that all the time where they're like, he's an Anthony Richardson guy. So he's going to create this narrative that Daniel Jones stinks and that's what they're doing. I don't think that's the case. I think that they truly want to get the best out of these two players and they think that they can. And just based on how the way players play when they leave the Giants, I wouldn't rule it out. Because Saquon Barkley left and had one of the best seasons of all time. Evan Engram left, had the second most receptions the tight ends ever had. Like, very real possibility that Daniel Jones isn't as bad as we think. I'm happy that he got the job because it's good news for Michael Pittman and the guys that I like. We're coming up on the clock here. Big tournament. Do we do a big tournament move and take Rashee Rice?
Do you want to do that, or do you think we need to see what's sitting out there for the running backs? Let's kind of clear that up as well. We only have Jacobs.
David Montgomery is a guy I would definitely consider here.
I would consider Montgomery for sure. Okay, yeah. I mean, I don't mind. It's a big tournament move. Is it the right move for us, though?
I don't know. David Montgomery is. The reason I love David Montgomery here is that people always talk about what happens.
Take him. We're ticking down. We're ticking down. Take him.
Well, let's take one more player, and then I'll tell you why I love David Montgomery in this type of thing.
All right.
Let's just go Rashee Rice.
Okay, do it. Go ahead. You want him? Go ahead.
It's best ball.
He's all yours.
He's ours. He's ours.
That's what I meant. He's ours.
And I'll tell you what. I'll tell you why the David Montgomery pick, people view it as a safe but boring pick, but I think they're forgetting about the contingent upside. Everybody always says Jahmyr Gibbs is great, but if David Montgomery gets hurt, think about how good Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be. Well, wouldn't that equally apply to David Montgomery? What happens if Jahmyr Gibbs gets hurt? Now David Montgomery is a league-winning player, right? We talk about it all the time with the handcuffs and the Tyler Algiers and all these guys. With David Montgomery, everyone just assumes that he's just going to have half the job no matter what. But if that happens, like if Jahmyr Gibbs were ruled out for the season right now, where would David Montgomery get drafted? Second round? First round?
No, definitely. I don't know if he'd be a first rounder.
He might be. I mean, he might be.
He might be late first.
Well, I'm saying I would put him right there with Jonathan Taylor and Josh Jacobs at the very least.
Okay, so that's second round there for what we're looking at. But I guess you're right. You are taking Jahmyr Gibbs off the table if he's off the table completely. Sure.
Here's a good stat from Mile High Luke. Monty was even with Gibbs on touches halfway through the season last year. Gibbs has been running clean since he came in the league. I mean, it's just one guy's more explosive, which is why we like him better on the split. One guy catches more passes, but David Montgomery, he's going to be just fine. And even if Gibbs doesn't get hurt, he'll be in our lineup a ton. And with Rashee Rice, it's simple. This is best ball. And all that matters are the weeks when the guys are popping. Some of these guys are just never going to have a meaningful week. Like, it's hard to get excited about guys like Khalil Shakir and even to some degree Jacoby Myers in this range. Rashee Rice, if he comes out and has big weeks, especially, in something like this where it doesn't matter what weeks he's suspended because no week is more valuable than the next. Like, he'll just, when he's available, he'll be in our lineup, and when he's not, he won't. The NFLPA is pushing back pretty hard on this idea that he should get double-digit games and unprecedented suspension to some degree. Like, does he deserve as many games as Justin Tucker, as Deshaun Watson? Hard to say. So for me, I think 6 games sounds about right, especially now that I just drafted him. In fact, 4 games actually has a nice ring to it. Right, one more than Jordan Addison got. So there you go. Mile High Luke agrees with us that Monty should be right there with Jonathan Taylor. Fully agree. Chat, I want to know because it is an interesting thought experiment, right? to go through and say, if this happens, where would this guy be? Because not every player gets moved up like that. Like if Bijan Robinson gets hurt, I don't know if I'd move Tyler Algier way up, but
No, but I mean that's the thing. That's also kind of comes with like the whole handcuffing situation, right? Like, yeah, you can handcuff Tyler Algier to Bijan Robinson, but the bottom line is that the offense is not going to be. Algier's never going to get the same workload or the same style of work that
right.
Bijan gets because it's just a different style, running backs. There's Algier's much more of a plotter. Can he catch a pass? Sure, he can, but he's not the guy out in space that Bijan is. So you always have to kind of take that into consideration. What type of a runner is behind that lead guy? And, I think that's, something to kind of take into account. With Montgomery and Gibbs, we've seen Montgomery catch passes, right? We've seen him underutilized in the offense as far as a pass catcher goes, but we have seen him do it. If you're talking about, like in
50
different
catches with the Bears, right?
What's
He
that?
had 50 catch season with the Bears.
Yeah. Which was still kind of under, what everybody was hoping for, dreaming for.
Right. Well, we always dream for, these crazy things, but 50 catches last year would have been a top 5 back in terms of receptions. Maybe not every year, of course. Like McCaffrey was hurt, and and we were missing some key pieces. We're up here. You know who I would take? He's sitting right at the very top of the queue. What's your
Yeah, do it, man. We need running backs. I'm fine with Tyrone Tracy for sure. I think listen, they've already said that he's the lead running back in this scheme. So yes. I'm good there. Do we want to hit the quarterback situation or do we want to hit the tight end situation? Both guys from Denver are good. There. What's that?
You want to go Ingram?
I'll go Ingram, or I'll even think about, possibly even going Bo Nix or Dak. But Ingram's fine with me, 100%. You know that.
We have Sutton, right? Yeah, let's go Bo Nix. Bo Nix.
Well, you just got that one in.
I just got it in.
You just got that one in.
We'll piece together tight end, but I was just working my way through the thought process. Drafting Sutton and Ingram with no Bo Nix, I don't think gives us it doesn't give us the kind of leverage that drafting Bo Nix with Sutton does, right? So I think that's the thought process on that. I was so close. I had Ingram ready to go, but I think that's going to be the better build for us. We'll piece together a tight end. If we were to take down this tournament, wouldn't it be more fun if we did it with scrappy late round tight ends?
It would be. It would be very on brand for us to kind of come in here and be like, yeah, we got, we won this league because of Jatavian Sanders.
It would be good for the brand. It sure would. Yeah, your favorite tight end, Jatavian Sanders. We'll have to mix and match some of our favorite late round boys here and see what we can put together. So here's the team so far for those just joining us. If you're just joining us now, why don't you go get set up over at Drafters so that you can draft with us this Friday. The QR code covering my ugly mug is up on the screen right now. If you hit that, you can get set up. Use promo code ALARM. They'll give you a 100% deposit match up to $100. So here's the team so far. We picked from the 1 slot. Ja'Marr Chase, easy pick there. On the swing coming back, we got good ADP value on Garrett Wilson and also got Josh Jacobs. So, we got a little running back in there. Next swing around, plenty of wide receivers were available still. So we took Courtland Sutton and George Pickens. Next move here, we went with a safe play with contingent upside with David Montgomery. We went with a high-risk play in Rashee Rice.
Very high risk.
High risk, high reward. And then we settled in a little bit with Tyrone Tracy, a little bit of an upside in that running back spot, and we took Bo Nix because we already have Courtland Sutton. And we could potentially also Bo Nix is an easy player to backstack with because there's a lot of guys going later that are affordable, right? That give yourself a little shot. Maybe a Pat Bryant, maybe a Marvin Mims if you're really into screens.
The sad thing is that I think Marvin Mims is at this point a better stack than Bryant. I just updated the draft guide, my sleepers. I had Pat Bryant in there, right? And I was very into him. But then they signed Courtland Sutton to that 3-year extension. Mims has been getting all the snaps. They've been getting Vele in there. They've been getting Troy Franklin in there. So I think Brian is still kind of sharing snaps with those guys. But yeah, I mean, listen, I like the back end stack with any of those guys. But Mims is probably going to be the guy who I'll kind of lean into at this point.
The very annoying thing about Sean Payton is he's such an old school, for lack of a better word, dickhead coach that like when he puts out his depth chart, have you seen it, Bender?
Oh yeah. I mean, rookies are always last.
Always
rookies are always last.
Dude,
but I mean, he did it to Michael Thomas. He did it to Alvin Kamara. So
they took Jahdae Barron in the first round, and he has him listed as their third string nickel corner. Like as if that dude's not going to play a million snaps. So, okay, we're up here. Joe Mixon, Jadon Blue, Quinshaw Judkins. We probably should take one of those fellas. Also, Marvin Mims is right there on the screen if we want to do that.
That's a little early for Mims for me. I'd probably go Mixon here.
I've been drafting more. Here's the funny thing about Joe Mixon. All right, well, actually, let's make our second pick here, and then we'll get back to that. We loaded up on wide receiver early, so we can go with Jadon Blue or Judkins right here if we want to.
Okay, do it. Judkins.
Yeah, let's do Judkins. So here's the thing about Mixon that's so interesting about the fantasy football landscape. I have historically been a big Mixon guy. He always has this like stigma around him that lowers his ADP, and he just returns 1,200, 1,300 yards from scrimmage every year. So I've usually been a Mixon guy. This year, I didn't like where he was going early on, so I didn't have a ton of Mixon.
Like the fifth early on, right? I wasn't into that either.
No, I wasn't doing it either, and my exposure to him was like 2%. But then now this news with the foot, which his foot was hurt the entire time. Now he's getting pushed all the way down, and I'm actually drafting him more now. So it's almost like the worse the news gets, the more I'm actually drafting him because I wasn't taking him around 5, but we just took him around 10. We might have just taken 2 starting NFL running backs back-to-back round 10 and 11. So I'm back in on Joe Mixon with the drop in ADP. Now I'm getting a little bit, and the way I'm getting him now, I'm going to be going against teams that drafted him a month ago way earlier. So that's a big advantage I have versus those teams.
Yeah, ton of value here. So scroll up and let's just look at our team here real quick, just so that everybody can kind of get that full image here. But we went wide receiver heavy very early on, which I like doing from this part here. So Chase, Wilson, Sutton, that's 3 number 1 wide receivers, right? Pickens is a number 2. Rice is a number 1. Obviously, there's the hang up there. Right. But then Jacobs, Montgomery, Tracy, Mixon, Judkins. I mean, I'm perfectly happy there. I could legitimately go tight end, quarterback, and wide receiver the rest of the way, Coop, and be very happy with the way this draft lasts.
That's what I'm saying. If you want to talk technicality, all 5 of our running backs are technically the starters, right? Like David Montgomery starts for the Lions, right? Like, I don't know. I'm feeling really good about this one. We definitely got to make some moves at the other positions. The good news is it's a 20-round draft. So I think it would be in our best interest, given the build, to kind of plan on doing 3 QBs and 3 tight ends. With 20 rounds, that's going to be very easy for us to do. We should definitely start putting our thinking caps on in terms of tight end, though. There's my guy, Trey Benson. If he's there,
let's take a look at you love Benson this year too. And you know what? I don't mind that either. I don't. All right. But here we go.
My quick 2-word take on Benson is that if you're in on Zach Charbonnet, you should also like Trey Benson. That's it.
Yes. Yeah. If you like, there's a report now from some beat writers speculating that because Kenneth Walker's been banged up, Zach Charbonnet has endeared himself to the coaching staff so much so that his role is likely to increase, and people are freaking out about that. I'm like, listen, first and foremost, Walker's got 2 weeks. He's back at practice. He's good to go. Second of all, Walker is better on the inside zone runs, no doubt about it. And then third of all, that's why I told you to handcuff him in the first place, right? If you're expecting Charbonnet to get some work here, you should have already had him on your roster.
Couldn't have said it better. I mean, like, we like both players. We want contingent access to this team. I think we should take Hunter Henry here.
Hunter Henry for sure.
And then maybe a quarterback. I I don't think we have any strong correlations available to us. But Michael Penix is an upside play.
Penix is an upside play. Darnold is an okay, safe play. Geno Smith is a safe play.
Let's go Penix.
Go Penix. Do
Who
it.
knows? He's got weapons that we like. Well, he has one weapon we like.
He's got two weapons we like. We like Drake London. We like Kyle Pitts. Darnell Mooney's banged up. That's a bit of a bummer there, but not the end of the world.
In best ball, Mooney is also one of those guys. He had 800 yards last year. You know what I mean? Like, he can hit a home run, and every reception that Bijan has, that counts to Michael Penix. It's the Drew Brees, Alvin Kamara corollary, where it's like, if this guy can make magic happen and have a 50-yard touchdown, that's a 50-yard touchdown pass. So you love to see that when teams have that. It's like, that's one thing that Lamar Jackson doesn't necessarily have, is that they don't like throwing to Henry, so you don't really get that extra bonus. All right, let's even things back out here and just double check the other weapons.
Yeah, what do we got going on here right now? So we've got 2 QBs, we've got 5 running backs, 5 wide receivers, and 1 tight end. So if we're looking for our a 3 QB, 3 tight end build, we're probably gonna have to focus over there. But I'll tell you what, man. Maybe I don't say, if we've got Rashee Rice, I don't want to do Brandon Ayuk. Oh, he just went off the board anyway. So it doesn't matter.
We've done our one. You can't if you're in a you can't, like, once you got to pick one of Godwin, Ayuk, Rice. You can't just have a ton of those guys, and again, this is best ball. There's no IR spots. There's no like advantage to grabbing guys that are going to miss a bunch of time. So, yeah, we're settled there. Algier, definitely, obviously, some contingent upside there. Kyle Williams. Trey Harris and Kyle Williams are guys I would take. I would probably take Harris ahead of Williams right now. But either one of them, just both rookies that have a path to a starting job. Is it still Harris over Williams now that Keenan Allen is there, though?
Well, that's again, that's the thing. I don't know if it's Harris over Williams. We could say it's Harris over Williams if we don't want to, load up on Patriots. I know that's blasphemy.
I'm sitting here wearing a tie line.
I know, right? I saw that when we first started. I didn't want to say anything.
Pat Lane from CLNS, the Patriots Network, he wanted to do a mock draft, and we were like, we're taking our homer hats off for this mock draft. We ended up taking both Stephon Diggs and Drake May.
But here's the thing. Well, it's a moot point now because Kyle Williams is off the board. I still really like Kyle Williams a lot. I really do. I think that he, is going to work very nicely opposite Stephon Diggs. The problem with Trey Harris is that now you've got, because Greg Roman loves such, all those 2 tight end sets, you got only 2 wide receivers on the field for an exceptional amount of time. Depending on where they are on the field or the play call, you're always going to have Ladd McConkey, but then you're probably going to see a lot of Keenan Allen and then some sort of mix of Trey Harris and Quentin Johnston, right? In 2 receiver sets. In 3 receiver sets, you're going to see Keenan Allen, you're going to see McConkey, and then you're still going to see Harris and Quentin Johnston kind of split the workload here. So I do worry about that.
Yeah. You're right, because people are underestimating the amount of time that Tyler Conklin and Will Disley are going to be out there. Like, this is Greg Roman.
Can we get our third QB here? Do we just double tap that position right now?
Yeah. Can we go Najee Harris first?
If you want, sure.
I think we should.
You love it. You're all in on the running backs today, man. Look at
we started our draft with, look at the wide receivers.
I know.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Third QB. I think Darnold is the guy who holds the job the longest. I
like Darnold, but Stafford. Yeah, we don't have.
Stafford there. Yeah, put Stafford. Take Stafford. I'm perfectly fine with that. Yeah, he's got the weaponry, and he's he's back practicing.
Yeah, he's practicing.
That works.
Okay. Let's throw some names in the queue here at tight end. We like Arroyo. I would even Jonnu's not a terrible pick in this range. In way out here in best ball, Jonnu, maybe.
He's okay. Again, yeah, he's probably going to be all right. They don't have a second wide receiver.
Yeah.
So
Gesicki
Jonnu
will-
is definitely in play.
I'm in this range in our situation with one tight end. I'm more ruling out guys than I am, right? Because like I don't want Gesicki, I don't want Kate Otten,
No, me
I
neither.
don't want Theo Johnson.
Okay. Scroll
So-
down. Who else is there? Ugh.
Juwan
Ugh.
Johnson, Darren Waller.
Oh, goodness.
Darren Waller's got taken off the PUP list today. So he's going to play football for the
that's
first
great.
time in a long time.
I
week.
actually have been using like a last round pick on Muth in
know.
some leagues.
It's again, they're going to go so heavy with the two tight end sets. Just remember the Falcons year with Pitts and Johnny Smith, where Johnny Smith was a better option than Pitts at times. That's definitely going to be the case. There's going to be Jonnu games, there's going to be Muth games, there's going to be Metcalf games, and it's going to be weird because it always is with Arthur Smith. It's always
Because
weird.
it always is with Arthur Smith. Isn't that
Yeah.
it's the worst?
Here's a pick that doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. What's with Harold Fannin?
I don't know.
What's the
I don't
path?
know. It's Njoku is the top guy. You've got Judy. You've got Tillman. I mean,
Too much. They just signed Isaiah Bond too.
Oh, they just signed Isaiah Bond. I do hear that Deontay Johnson's on his way out. He's beyond the bubble now.
Really.
Yeah, they say
What a
he's just
fall-
not
what a
gelling
fall
with
from
anybody in
grace.
practice.
That dude, I mean, like he can create separation like crazy. Just a head case, huh? Gotta
Just
be.
a head case.
That's a shame when that happens, but it happens, dude. People, you got to remember, this is every one of these teams is an organization, and these are your coworkers. And just like any job, if you're just being a really weird, bad dude, then people aren't going to want you around.
Well, no, they'll want you in Cleveland.
They'll want you in Cleveland.
Come on, think
he's
about it.
already there.
Deontay Johnson, Quinshawn Judkins, Isaiah Bond, Deshaun Watson. I mean, look at this crew.
They gotta sign Justin Tucker.
They,
You know what I mean? Like
wouldn't it just be the way?
it's the Junction Boys, man. It is just like their second chance you. That's what the Browns are, dude.
Second chance you.
Yeah, we'll see. So we're good at quarterback. We're going to need tight end. We probably need to sprinkle another wide receiver. Let's take a little peek at what's available here. Xavier Legette, not crazy in this range. Wow, this is disgusting. Michael Wilson is a guy that can score us touchdowns. Tyler Lockett is a name of a player that plays football.
Yeah, there's not a lot.
We should take a wide receiver here. We should. Just given the way it's looking, we should take a tight end and wide receiver. Oh my boy. I sure hope this guy before us doesn't pick Elijah Roy. He has 3 tight ends, so he'd be a fool to do that right now. Cactus, do the right thing. He should be taking a running back here.
Please take a running back.
Okay, so we're gonna take Arroyo if he's there.
Okay.
And then one of these guys, man. It probably should be Legette, man.
Well, scroll a little further down. Let me just kind of see some of those names here.
He took Yost.
Just so that we can see.
Aminar is interesting. But none of these guys are gonna have a role except for Michael Wilson.
All right, go ahead, man. Go ahead, do it. Xavier Legette, and then grab us a tight end.
I wrote a whole article on Xavier Legette, basically with video evidence of him jumping when he shouldn't, and it really has me scared. The problem with this player. So here's the thing. Here's the upside case is that if he can correct this very serious flaw, mechanical flaw of jumping, it could unlock a whole new level for him. The problem is that he jumps every time the ball comes, and when you do that, you offer 0 yak ability.
Right.
This guy, outside the top 200 wide receivers in yak per reception. Guess what his yak per reception was last year?
Wait, say that one. Ask what?
He was outside the top 200 wide receivers in yards after the catch per reception.
Right.
Guess what he was averaging in terms of yak per reception?
Xavier Legette?
Yeah.
I'll go 1.4.
Pretty much, yeah. I think it was 1.6, dude. So like that is nothing. 2 yards. You can't get 2 yards after you catch the football. That's craziness, dude. That is like he was just again, you jump and then even if you catch it, it lets everyone catch up to you. A good example of somebody who does the opposite. Watch clips of AJ Brown. And Chris Collinsworth talks about this all the time. It's called groundedness. And watch how these guys stay grounded when they're running like slants and stuff. And AJ Brown is incredible at it. That like he's always creating yards after the catch because he never uses unnecessary movement. Xavier Legette is like the worst unnecessary movement wide receiver since Preston Williams.
Preston Williams. I love when you go back to some of these guys. They're just like they were like the original big fantasy pushes.
Yeah. That one, no one battled harder against Preston. I was just that was a battle that I personally undertook, and it was a massive waste of time. But yeah. Okay, let's just scroll through. Can we just pull up? Yeah. Oh, okay. Any of these guys appeal to you? Kyle Monangai, Sean Tucker, Justice Hill. Again, with the Sean Tucker business, you hear good things from the coaches, but no one ever lets the guy play.
I'm having trouble. Having trouble seeing there. All right. I'm not dealing with Sean Tucker. That, Todd Bowles says that every year. I would look at Kareem Hunt and Brashard Smith as one of them is emerging as the pass catcher. Right now, it is Kareem Hunt. I'm fine with that. We have Joe Mixon. Does a Damian Pierce cuff do anything for you, or is it just not enough upside in the tournament?
Yeah, I don't want to do it in the tournament. You're right. The thing about I always try and picture like we win this tournament. What does Kareem Hunt look like winning this tournament for us? And it's hard to envision. But Brashad Smith just being this guy that what if all the Chiefs running backs the last few years have just been Jags? Yeah. And finally somebody shows up and he's just like, oh, he goes one pick before us.
Somebody's watching us, Coop. Somebody's watching us.
Why do we even play this silly game? Okay, we got 2 picks here. We're going to need another tight end at some point. Let's take Waller in the last round.
If he's available. Sure.
Let's take Waller
now. Boom.
Okay.
And now
with our build, right now we have 3 QBs, 3 tight ends. We're done there. It's all running backs and wide receivers. It probably should be a wide receiver again. Troy Franklin at least has...
I mean, I'd rather go Ray McLeod and just pair him up with Penix, and maybe he does do something. Oh, it's your boy Tutu Atwell. It's your boy.
I hope he earns the job. I mean, last year when guys were hurt, dude, he had some games with 7, 8 targets. DeMarcus Robinson's not walking through that door. You know what I mean? Like, he could be the wide receiver 3 on a team that uses a lot of 3 wide receiver sets. We have Matthew Stafford, 1 injury to Puka or Devontae Adams, and now we have a guy that's playing 90.
Yeah, I've been grabbing him in the last round of a couple of best ball drafts just to just for that sole fact to be able to say, because I mean, listen, Puka Nacua has had some injuries. Devontae Adams, not really injuries, but I mean, he is getting older. And it is something to kind of to focus on for sure.
Right. Who's to say? So I think that again, like Sean McVay runs the most 3 wide receiver sets. Last year, technically the Falcons did with a offshoot. Zach Robinson is from his coaching tree, but like historically, tons of 3 wide receiver sets. So there's upside to be had there. And now we'll take a running back. Monangai is a hype name for sure.
It's a hype name, sure. Okay. I mean, listen, I don't mind it. There's really nobody else down here that we're looking at that, that even does anything for us, unless you looked at like a guy like Jordan James, who's already banged up in San Francisco.
Yeah.
There's nobody down here.
I do like James in Dynasty, right? Like he was behind Buck. Right. He was behind Bucky Irving. He's behind an older running back. but not here probably.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
was just
Justice
going to
Hill
say
could.
Justice Hill is I mean, it's an intriguing option only because, if the Ravens are going to, go full blown with Derrick Henry, if they're winning games, they're going to need to rely on Justice Hill to kind of eat the clock a little bit. He also gets the pass catching work. So,
He played a ton of
yeah,
snaps
I,
last
don't-
year.
I definitely don't
The thing
mind it.
is, it's like he just went.
He just went.
Yeah, but like some of those games, he was playing 40-50% of the snaps. It's just that when Derrick Henry's in, he gets the ball every time. When Justice Hill is in, he's like pass blocking and doing a bunch of weird stuff. Look, they're gonna force our hand into taking Miles Sanders. You hate to see it.
You hate to see it.
What if he's just the one-eyed king in the land of the blind? That's what I'm saying, though. It's like, what if they just everybody else is just so mediocre that he ends up being the guy? It's entirely possible. Entirely possible. Let's see how far we can scroll down and still make a case for some of these guys. Ty Johnson. Ty Johnson is like super Kirkland brand Justice Hill.
No, I'm not interested in Ty Johnson.
Emmanuel Wilson.
I mean, it serves as a handcuff for Jacobs, so that's not terrible.
He looked interesting last year. Is Marshawn Lloyd ever going to play football?
No, he's already hurt again. He's already hurt again.
I'm taking Emmanuel Wilson, dude. Let's do it.
Okay. I'm
Here's
fine.
an article.
I'm fine with that. I just worry that, does it cap our upside with our Mr. Irrelevant here is just a handcuff?
There's a lot of just the handcuffs out here.
Oh, everybody's just a handcuff
All right,
down here.
Miles Sanders or Emmanuel Wilson.
No, go Emmanuel Wilson. Don't back up and don't back up into a crowd of people there.
Someone just took Marshawn Lloyd. I can't even find Wilson.
Good. Take Emmanuel Wilson. There he is.
Russell Wilson went undrafted.
Do you want to take Russ? You want to take Sus Russ? Oh, you took Emmanuel.
4 QB build? No, yeah, Emmanuel Wilson. There we go. Okay, folks. So there it is on the screen. Bo Nix, Michael Penix, Matthew Stafford. Serviceable. Running backs, Josh. Oh, we have Josh Jacobs. Oh,
that's what I said.
forgot that.
I just said to you that Emmanuel Wilson serves as a handcuff to Josh Jacobs. Wait, you never listen to me, Andrew. You never listen to me when I talk anymore.
That's never a pick I ever make. Okay, cool. So Josh Jacobs, Dave Montgomery, Tyron Tracy.
Blocking me out? Were we not having a conversation here?
I just missed the part where you mentioned that we had Jacobs. Okay, Jacobs, Monty, Tyron Tracy, Joe Mixon, Quinshaw Judkins, Najee. I mean, that's a strong running back group. And guess what? This is one of those contests where only the top 16% of teams makes money. If you come in the top 16%, you're getting at least $35 on your $20 entry. And then the top 1% of people make 1,000 or more, with the very top team making 500,000. So going high risk, high reward is the game. Jamar Chase, Garrett Wilson, Cortland Sutton, George Pickens, Rashee Rice, Xavier Legette, Tutu Atwell. We have at least 2 stacks up in there. And then we got Hunter Henry, Elijah Arroyo, Darren Waller. Talking about high risk, high reward. There it is. Henry gives us some safety. Arroyo and Waller could be nothing. They could be something. So that's how we're doing it. That's the kind of teams we're drafting here over at Drafters. If you want to draft with us, then go ahead and click this QR code that's on the screen right now, right over my face. And you can get signed up now. Promo code ALARM gives you a 100% deposit match up to $100. I checked. That is better than any promo they have running. That's just available on their site. It's kind of a special one for people that support them like us. So hop in there. We're doing some slow drafts, last slow drafts of the season. Also, one fast draft on Friday at 1 p.m. on Drafters in the Discord. So if you're a Fantasy Alarm member, go over there and get signed up. Also, right now, we have a special code active for Alarm products because I'm doing an AMA on Reddit right after this. So if you use code COOP25, you can get 25% off any product today. get a copy of our draft guide, become a member today. That gets you in the Discord. That makes you one of the cool guys like Rex Timotheus and Mile High Luke and Ann Dunn and everybody. So that's what we got going on. Bender, anything else before we get everybody on out of here?
No. Again, if Drafters Best Ball right here, you can zap the QR code if you don't like hitting QR codes. FantasyAlarm.com/DraftersBB with the promo code ALARM gets you that $100 match deposit. And yes, all Fantasy Alarm products, we got 25% off on those. And like I said, brand new Superflex draft grid in the cheat sheet. I've never done one before for everybody. You get it this year. So make sure you head on over to FantasyAlarm.com/win and get everything that you need. But that's my final word there. Coop, any last words for you before we head on out?
I will say the draft grid is the perfect format for Superflex because you can visualize where the quarterbacks go much better compared to regular rankings. So my rankings update is coming in today. Should be up and loaded tomorrow if you want to refresh everything. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you everybody for hanging out in the chat. You guys rock. We'll be back again tomorrow and then again on Friday because football's right around the corner, baby. Can't hold anything back now. So thank you, everybody. We are out of here.
Adios, turd nuggets.